Welcome back to the Two Marks and a Spark Wrestling Podcast or YouTube show or whatever you want to call us. Right here on Lock 22. We are getting ready to talk about AEW Full Gear, but Russ, how was your week, my friend?
I had a pretty good week overall. Can't really complain. Didn't actually do a whole lot other than just, taking care of the critters.
Well, we do have some news items to go
Get the
over
dog,
here.
cleaning up poop, all that kind of stuff.
And, well, we got some decent news over the week here that, obviously the big headline, I think, coming out of Raw Monday was Drew McIntyre turned heel. I don't think that was a surprise. But the perhaps surprise was Ronda Rousey turned up on Ring of Honor last night, Russ.
I had not heard about that.
Ronda Rousey was Marina Shafir's tag partner on the Ring of Honor taping last night. So
Okay.
It sounds like Ronda Rousey is either in Ring of Honor or AEW or potentially both.
Ronda Shafir, I think it comes from a similar shoot fight background, so they might actually have a good match.
We'll see when that episode airs. I would presume Thursday on Honor Club, but that was kind of the big news. And then we also got the announcement that they were going to announce a signing tonight. We will get to that when we get there.
Correct. Is that what did surprise me? Because I was, the rumors online was that the opposition had him, but we'll get to that.
We will get to that and so much more on this jam-packed episode of Two Marks. Let's get right into this. We didn't watch the pre-show, or at least I didn't.
I did not. Although when I turned the show on at 7, it sounds like if you missed the pre-show, you missed a big angle there toward the end of it.
It sounds like they shot a big angle, and then apparently Claudio Castagnoli and Buddy Matthews had like a hell of a match on that show. I kind of regret not watching it. Anyway, the actual show started with Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland, accompanied by Ric Flair, unfortunately, defeating the Patriarchy.
That's right.
Which was Christian, Lucha, and Nick Wayne. This was a very good 6-man tag match to start the show.
Yep, it was. As 6-man tags go, this was one of the better ones. At one point, Christian Cage actually punched Ric Flair in his genitals. Oh, it was terrible. It was shameful. And Ric Flair just laying there on the ground, all curled up, grabbing his scrotum, moaning in pain.
Well, at one point towards the end here, Christian runs away like a crybaby little bitch, and Adam Copeland, Edge, whatever you want to call him, gets the pin. This match went like 15 minutes.
I think Christian is doing some of the best work ever. He continues to not disappoint. Whether he wins or loses, he's a great performer.
He is fantastic.
And he also is setting a fine example for even those of us fathers whose children are grown. We can follow his example and learn how to become better fathers, even to our adult children. And give them the kind of love and support that Christian would. The Patriarchy.
Christian and Nick Wayne shared a long embrace as the bell rang.
They sure did. It was a fatherly embrace. You can tell that he really genuinely cares about these young men. He's putting his heart and soul on the line. You got to respect the man for that.
Russ is just the biggest heel potentially in wrestling.
Yeah.
And then we got Jon Moxley and Orange Cassidy for the international title. I thought this match was really, really good. Again, these two had a great match at All Out when we were shitting on them for making it the main event. And we watched the match and we were like, whoa, that was actually good.
I'm a little surprised that he had a really good match.
Well, he's had a few of them now, and Orange Cassidy has another one here. defeating Jon Moxley in what was a very good match. And Moxley did not want to stay down at all.
That's right.
This match, believe it or not, clocked in at just over 12 minutes.
Really? Well, I tell you what, Jon Moxley reminds me of one way he reminds me of Terry Funk in that he seems like he bleeds in almost every match. He just gets himself busted open. It's like Terry Funk said one time his blood was so stupid it didn't know how to stay inside of his body. And I think Jon Moxley is kind of like that too.
And then we get Timeless Tony Storm and Hikaru Shida for the women's world title.
Oh, man. I love Timeless Tony Storm and her Hollywood Homecoming. That was absolutely superb. She looks good. She talks good. She wrestles good. I was very, very pleased with how this went,
And Shida is so good, and Tony is so good. This match was never going to be bad, by the way.
Right. Well, I wondered during the week, I said, they wouldn't be dumb enough to not put the belt on Tony Storm. They wouldn't be that dumb, would they? I said, no, they're not. So I'll give them, in regards to Tony Storm, AEW has a lot more brains than WWE ever did.
Well, Tony Storm is, again, a 3-time women's world champion.
Yeah.
Jamie Hayter's coming back eventually, sometime soon, I hope. And the second Jamie Hayter comes back, you better bet she's going right back for that belt, and she will come back and be one of the most over people in the company again.
Yep.
And then we get the biggest pile of dog crap to ever fucking this fucking shit show. We have the four-way tag team.
This 4 tag teams.
Oh, fuck.
We had FTR, we had Ricky Starks and Big Bill. We had RUSS and
Dralistico.
Dralistico. They're brothers, are they not?
Yeah, and then we had the Kings of the Black Throne.
Kings of the Black Throne, and which
is Malachi and Brody. So fuck this match. Fuck everything about it. I hated this match. This match sucks.
Well, whenever you have a tag team match, you've got 3 or 4 tag teams, it's going to be a shit show.
And then you chuck a bunch of ladders in there?
Yeah.
This sucks.
Anyway, Ricky Starks and Big Bill retained the tag team championship.
Why?
Right.
Put it on any of these guys.
I tell you what, this would have been a whole lot better. You remember a couple of weeks ago, we had just a little bit of FTR versus Big Bill and Ricky Starks, and it was kind of a gimmick. It was an angle, but it showed that they had real potential. I wish they would have had just a match between those 4, and I think it could have been potentially a really good match.
Yes.
FTR, when they're on one-on-one with another tag team, they always have a good match.
And here's the thing. You could have had any of these 3 teams challenge Starks and Bill, and it probably would have been a good match.
Yeah.
Malachi and Brody are fucking fantastic. That whole faction is great. That whole faction's great, and we'll talk more about them here in a minute.
Very, very good.
I know Buddy Matthews got beat on the pre-show, but it was not a terrible night for the House of Black at all. In fact, I would say it was a pretty damn good one, all things considered. Because Brody King was the highlight of this ladder match.
Did you see any of Collision?
I was too busy watching paint dry. I did not see any of Collision.
There was a match. Buddy Murphy had a match there Friday night too. That was really, really good. I forget which show it was because they had Collision live and then it led right into Rampage. That's probably the biggest rating Rampage ever had. and probably never will again because they had a live lead in. And even though they were on Friday night, they still had Elton John singing Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting.
What are they going to do? Get a different theme song?
They could. I suppose they could have changed it to Friday nights. All right for getting drunk.
Brody King was the highlight of this ladder match. This ladder match was shit, and it went for like 20 minutes. I didn't enjoy a single part of this. We'll talk about a match I didn't enjoy very much again later, but like this was the worst match on the show, and it was not close.
I think I'd have to agree with you. Yeah, it's just a big clusterfuck. There's too much going on, and each one of these tag teams is talented enough that every one of them deserves better than this. They deserve better booking.
And then we get a shockingly great three-way of Julia Hart, Chris Statlander, and Sky Blue. This was fantastic.
Yeah. Were you surprised? I'm surprised that, I did not expect Julia Hart to be as good a wrestler as she is. Compared to the other contenders, she looks a lot smaller. She doesn't look like she's got a lot of strength, but she's got some good moves. And
I thought Sky was going to win this.
Crazy about the gimmick, but she's very good.
They're doing with Julia Hart what WWE probably should have done with Alexa Bliss. If they were going to do this this is how you do the spooky shit in wrestling. What they're doing with Julia Hart. This is how you do spooky shit, guys.
Right. They tried to do some spooky stuff with her and the Fiend that just came across as being rather silly.
No, but this Julia Hart stuff works. That's the thing. It's working. She's really over. Sky Blue's more over than her, but like Sky Blue probably, you could have made an argument for any of these three to win this match. I think they made the right decision with Julia. Julia had to win this match. She's like what, 29-1 this year or something crazy like that. You're not going to have her lose a three-way with Statlander, who's cooling off, and Sky Blue, right, who's just starting to heat up. Julia's 29-1 this year. You're not, even if that's a lot of squash match here, squash match there, doesn't matter. She's 29-1. Right. I don't care who she's facing. Like there's something there, and she wins this fairly convincingly, might I add. Yes, it took her breaking up a pin off Statlander's finish to do it, but I mean, Julia was in control for what? Good 40% of the match.
Yeah.
Shockingly, that was only 11 minutes, but it was a great match. What wasn't great? Well, actually, let's talk about what actually came next here.
Yeah, in between matches, we had a big announcement.
And this was actually a big announcement.
Not from Tony Khan. He actually let Tony Schiavone make this announcement.
And
go ahead and make the announcement.
Will Ospreay will be All Elite come February 1st, 2024. He is not All Elite right now.
Right. He was rumored, according to so-called reliable sources online, that they were almost sure he was going to go to WWE. They offered him big, big money. And, sometimes money isn't everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes the work schedule matters.
And his friends are all in AEW, other than Seth. Right. He's buddies with Seth Rollins, but that's like his only real friend in WWE. And the pitch for him in WWE was not very good. They were basically going to start NXT Europe, and he was going to be the headliner for it. But like, dude, Ospreay's one of the biggest stars in the world. Do you think he wants to go run NXT?
Right. I think that, I don't see NXT Europe taking off when they couldn't pull it off with the UK.
I mean, it could work if they do it right, but I don't know.
There's only one thing I really have a problem with Will Ospreay. That's that even in the summertime when it's hot and humid, he wears a great big giant fur coat like an Eskimo.
I thought you were going to say his haircut.
He's got to have some kind of, got to have some kind of temperature regulation problem.
Well, speaking of regulation problem, This next match might cause a regulation problem.
Oh, this one got quite bloody.
Swerve Strickland and a Hangman Adam Page in a Texas death.
Right.
I'm not going to shit on this too much because, frankly, it's not worth it.
What a bloody mess. Boy, that ring was splattered.
These two kicked the shit out of each other in every conceivable way possible.
I haven't seen staple gun used on TV since New Jack.
Well, you saw it here. Worth noting, this match, Swerve and Page had a good match here for what it was. They were limited by the stipulation in the sense that they had to do dumb shit.
Sure. I mean, it's basically like sort of like a death match.
It is a death match. It's not sort of like a death match.
Yeah, sort of like a death match where people hurt themselves on purpose for entertainment.
I don't know, man. My question is,
where do you go from here, man? Go ahead.
I mean, their feud's over. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Swerve won here.
Right.
On a knockout after he choked Page out with a chain. Right. My question is, dude, okay, listen. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Ronda Rousey, but to have her debut on a taped show after Collision on Ring of Honor.
Right.
You couldn't have done that match on Wednesday. You couldn't have done that on Collision. You couldn't have done that on this show.
Yeah.
Storm wins and Ronda comes out. You couldn't have done that. And for everybody that's going to say, oh, well, nobody likes Ronda.
Well,
not that nobody likes Ronda. It's that they didn't like how she was booked in WWE. People's issue with Ronda Rousey is not Ronda Rousey. It is her booking and the way she comes across. And the fact that WWE tried to make her a babyface.
I don't think you should have tried that. It's just not her within her nature to.
Now, here's the other thing. Ronda having lines written for her also didn't work.
No.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen in AEW or Ring of Honor, either one. So I'm wondering if maybe Ronda will get some glow from the fact that she's not having force-fed lines.
Well, I certainly hope that she doesn't go to glow. The gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
Not that kind of glow, you.
Oh, you don't care for that, huh?
No,
you don't care for that serious wrestling.
It's so serious.
Well, you know, that WOW that they have now is basically it's a modern version of Glow. They take established independent wrestlers who have their own gimmicks and give them completely new names and everything, you know,
and basically ruin their careers.
You see some good workers there once in a while, but
Willow was on there. Willow Nightingale was on there.
It's not serious, you know.
Willow Nightingale was on there.
That's right. And her and believe it or not, the name that they gave her was Eye Candy. I mean, I get it. Yeah, she looks good, but that's not kind of that's a name that says don't take me seriously.
Exactly.
As a competitor.
And then we got a shockingly great tag match.
We did.
The Golden Jets and the Young Bucks. This match was fucking awesome.
The Golden Jets. And we still had to sit every time he comes out there. We still got to sit through Judas. Right?
I hate the Bucks music more. I don't know what your problem with Judas is. The Bucks music sucks.
Well, it's all right. It's I don't have a problem. It's just that I'm tired of it, you know. Good song played too many times. And I would say definitely the Bucks are heels. But I think the kind of heel they're going for is like heels that are like emotionally about like a 13, 14 level of a year-old level of maturity, throwing tantrums and being
I mean, that's
spoiled.
what Kenny said. Kenny said you're acting like fucking children.
Yeah.
So anyway, this match was great. This was the best Bucks match I've seen in years. These I don't know what it was, but these guys just had a killer match here. And maybe it was because we were coming off the Texas Death Match and anything was probably going to be better than that, other than that 4-way ladder match.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God they didn't put that 4-way ladder match here because that would have just been death.
Yeah, that's right.
By the way, this crowd sucked all night.
Oh, the crowd. This is the California crowd.
Yeah, they were awful.
Well, you notice how crowds vary according to the region of the country that you're in? This seemed like a West Coast crowd to me.
You could tell. Seattle was louder than them, though.
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest and Northwest are, well, this was a Southwest crowd. Northwest crowds are a lot different. But San Diego's loud. I think it's just LA, dude. I think it's just LA, man. Because they were in San Francisco earlier this year and it was loud as shit.
That's right.
I don't know. Well, the Golden Jets get the win, which means they get the Bucks tag title shot.
Golden Jets, though, that's kind of a corny name for the tag team.
Kind of works, though, because Ibushi's part of this faction, too.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about him, yeah.
And he's all elite now, too. They announced he signed this week. They've signed like 3 people this week.
Good deal.
3 more people that they didn't need. Well, I would argue they needed Ibushi and they needed Ospreay. We'll see about Ronda.
Well, yeah, she got something to contribute.
Jericho and Omega get the win, which means they get the title shot. And afterwards, the Young Bucks throw what can only be described as a crybaby fit.
No, tear things up, throw things around.
A shoe ended up in the 3rd row.
They're just not getting their way.
The guardrails got ripped apart.
Right.
Excalibur almost got decapitated by a shoe.
Well, I think Young Bucks need to shape up, They shouldn't be acting that way in public, I think that, I think that they're old enough to know better that they don't, I think that when daddy checks them when they get home, they're definitely going to have poopies in their diapers,
Maybe they should go with Christian Cage, get a father figure.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Christian could be their father. Anyway, I think he's old enough. No, maybe not. Hang on. How old are the Jackson boys? I'm looking.
Probably around 30, I'm guessing.
Nick is 34, Matt is 38. So Christian could not be their dad.
They're a little older than I thought.
Christian could not be their dad. So never mind on that.
Right. Yeah, anyway, yeah, better match. Well, it all really depends on who they're working with, And,
well, it doesn't hurt that Kenny's like one of the 5 best wrestlers in the world. That doesn't hurt.
All right, that's right. And he's probably ranked within the top 10 even by the PWI, I bet.
Well, at any rate, Kenny gave the Bucks a look like he was just so violently disgusted with them for their fit.
That's right.
Well, now we have to talk about this main event.
Yeah, it was kind of a convoluted mess, the storyline, but
by the time we got to the end of this show, this main event had changed 3 times, okay?
Yeah.
It was originally MJF versus Jay White.
Right.
Then MJF gets attacked by the Guns on the pre-show. After MJF and Joe beat him. So MJF goes to the hospital. MJF is gone. He is out of the building. And then poor Adam Cole on fucking crutches says, I'll fight Jay White.
And I'm thinking, what are they doing? What are they doing? But then in the wrestling world, unlike the real world, if you go to the ER, you can do something, check yourself out, and drive the ambulance back.
Apparently,
yeah.
So Cole comes out, Jay comes out. It looks like we're going to do this. They introduce them both. And then here comes Max, who stole the fucking ambulance. This guy that's a felony, dude. Like, this guy's going to prison.
That's right.
This guy's going to prison, okay? Probably shouldn't have been in this match. He limps to the ring. So we've got two one-legged men who both want to kill Jay White.
That's right.
And there's security trying to keep MJF from going to the ring, and finally he gets down there slower than the Undertaker. Adam Cole actually got to the ring fairly quick in comparison.
Right. Yes.
And he was on actual crutches.
Right.
So
well, what ensued then was a pretty brutal match.
What then ensues is 30 minutes of violence.
Right.
It can only be described as violence.
Jay White dominated most of that time. Really beat the piss out of him. Couldn't quite put it away.
MJF took the ass kicking of his life.
Yeah.
Did an insane elbow drop on a collapsed table, and then does this running cutter that when Jay's standing on the apron, he does this cutter, and they both go to the outside, and I thought they were both dead.
Well, yeah.
This match was nuts. And finally, we get to the end. Diamond ring spot.
Right. Referee's down.
And
Jay's got the ring. He took the ring away from Adam Cole.
Yep. Jade takes the ring, then low blow by MJF. He gets the ring. He beats the crap out of the Guns with it, because here come the Guns, who'd been ejected already.
Right.
And
1, 2, 3.
This ending was chaos.
He's been a champion about a year now.
He has been the champion for, here, I will get it off the All Elite Wrestling website. Roster. Is it roster? They just redid their site. I apologize. MJF. Tomorrow, November 19th, will be his 365th day as AEW World Champion.
Good deal.
Worth noting that while CM Punk has pretty much been scrubbed from the annals of history here, he is listed still as a two-time AEW World Champion.
Right. That changed history. I mean, hell, even Stan Stasiak was champion for about 10 days.
As much as WWE wants you to forget that. Well, MJF retains. We do not get a devil reveal at all.
Right.
And they're going to do another one of these next month. Fuck.
Because they want some more of your money. But in the meantime, we do have Survivor Series coming up next Saturday, the Saturday right after Thanksgiving.
Yes, we do.
And I imagine that we could do a program. You're going to be around that weekend?
Yes, I am.
I will be available to do a show right after that.
Well,
I have not seen SmackDown. I'll have to check it out tomorrow on the I watched it on the Hulu version.
It is worth pointing out that the Survivor Series card looks very much like a 2 to 3 match card.
Yeah, there's got to be more going on.
Huh?
There's got to be more than that.
No, in terms of like appeal, like it's the 2 War Games matches in Rhea and Zoe, and I think that's what most people are going to watch this show for.
Yeah.
Worth noting, they do have 2 War Games matches on this show. I really like War Games. I really like the way they did it last year. And if they do it that way again, I'll be fine with it.
It was on. Wasn't it NXT last year, or was it Survivor Series?
It was Survivor Series, and Randy Orton is rumored to be the 5th man on Cody and everybody's on Cody's team, and then the 5th man for the Judgment Day will probably be Drew McIntyre.
Great.
So that'll be a good match.
Yes.
Rhea and Zoe will kick all the ass in the world.
That's going to be a barn burner, as they say.
That's going to steal the show. Yeah. Carlito versus Santos Escobar, I'm sure that'll be good. I mean, we're going to get some good stuff next week. Gunther versus The Miz. For everything you want to say about The Miz, that's probably going to be a good match. It's also Gunther, so, go figure. But Russ, I want to know, what was your favorite and least favorite match on Full Gear?
Right. I would say that my favorite match, let me take a look here at my notes. Least favorite match would be the 4-way tag team title match.
Yep.
I think that was definitely the worst match of the show.
Oh, yeah.
The best one, well, I'm going to have to probably go with Jay White and MJF.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
All the opening, the 6-man match was pretty good too.
I would have to agree. There wasn't really a horrible match on this show, but that 4-way tag was not good.
Yeah, we could have done without all that nonsense. Definitely.
That mess. But Russ, we do have another pay-per-view next week, and then we have an AEW pay-per-view New Year's Eve weekend, which is absolute shit.
That's a crazy time to.
And they're going to be in New York.
Actually, on New Year's Eve?
No, it's December 30th, but they're going to be in New York.
Okay, all right. I don't know what I'm going to be doing on New Year's Eve, other than if the weather permits, I'll be shooting off fireworks.
Well, who knows if there's going to be a show that weekend? We're too far out to really make any sort of decision on that.
That's right. But definitely we got Survivor Series coming up that time of year. Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of the year.
We do have Survivor Series. We do have Thanksgiving coming up. And then I don't foresee us taking a week off anywhere. We may take that New Year's Eve weekend off just if I'm out of town, but that'd be it. But other than that, expect regular 2 marks as always. It's been going up on weird days lately, trying to work that out, but we do what we can. We will be back here a week from tonight with more wrestling stuff.
Yes, sir. We certainly will.
But it's a good time of year. We got WWE Big Pour. What am I, MJF? Big 4 pay-per-view next weekend, and then we've got the holidays and stuff. So stick around. Bunch of fun stuff on Lock 22. Go check out NFL. They're doing great stuff.
Absolutely.
And I think that's going to be it for us. I don't. Russ, do you have anything to add here?
No, I don't.
Well, that's going to be it for us.
All right.
Go check out NFL.
Yes.
Everybody have a great holiday. We won't be back again until after Thanksgiving. So,
right. Have a good turkey day.
Everybody have a good Turkey Day. We will see you right back here next week. Happy holidays, everybody. Have a good night.